Welcome guys to my creative corner. This is Claudette, where I create projects using stamps, inks, papers, mixed media, embellishment, and a whole lot of joy. So today what we'll be creating is a little pumpkin treat box for the fall holidays. If this is something you'll be interested in, please stick around. If you're new to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So let's get started with our project. So today what we're going to need is some cardstock, and we're going to start out with a cardstock measuring 5.5 by 5.5 inches, and this is in the color Mango Melody, and these products is by Stampin' Up, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. So what we're going to be using is the mini curvy keepsake box dies, and this is nice because it's no measurements involved, and you could make several of these, and when you cut those out, all you have to do is decorate. So what we're going to do is put it on a slant like this, and then we're going to run that through our die cutting machine. So I run that through the die cutting machine. Let's put it face down with the cutting part. So I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So when we run it through our die cutting machine, we'll get this shape. So the next thing I'm going to do is take an embossing folder, and this embossing folder is called Woodland embossing folder, and it has like trees on here. So we're going to go ahead and emboss this, give it a little texture for the pumpkin. So I am going to take Mango Melody ink, and I want the embossed side, the raised side, to be on the outside. So I am going to take, this is the raised side here, but I am going to ink up the flat side with this ink, and just go in circular motion so you could get it really good. Next, I am going to take my box, and I am going to decide which side you want it to be on. So I want the embossed side to be on this side here, so you could see the outside of the box and then the inside of the box. So what I'm going to do is put the outside of the box on the ink up side, the side that's inked, and I am going to place it down this way, and then I'm going to close this over on top, and then I'm going to run this through the embossing machine, and then I shall be right back. Okay, so I ran that through the embossing machine, and this is what we got. So that is that. So next what we're going to do is I'm going to take my bone folder, and I am going to give this a little curve so the box could close nicely and take that shape. They have score marks on these little two handles, so you're going to fold those down. So I'm going to put these two together, bounce it down a little bit, and then we'll put that over. It's going to be easier for you to close your box, and then we'll bring this loop right over there. And there we have our shape of our box. Now all we have to do is design it. So I'm taking some green, and I got some little pieces of strips of paper, and this is in our old olive paper. It's nice if you have a guillotine trimmer, and we have this little mini trimmer by Stampin' Up. So with the guillotine trimmers, you could easily cut those little slivers of paper. So you could make little small slivers of paper like that. So next what you're gonna need, I'm gonna use this little paint brush. It's circular and it's tapered down here. So you could get something like that that's tapered down. And we're gonna make these little coils. So what I'm gonna do is take one of those strips, and I am gonna start on the smaller part of the tapered side, and I'm just gonna wrap that around the brush. I'm going to hold that nice and snug. And then I'm going to add some water to it. That's going to help it to take its shape and give you a tighter coil. So then you could just take your heating tool and just dry that. Okay, so once that's dry, you're going to get coils like this. Okay, so you're going to make a couple of those. And next, what I got is some bigger leaves. So you want some bigger leaves that looks like pumpkin leaves. So I went ahead and I used the die set from the sunflower dies. And I use these 2 pieces right here for my leaves. So on the curly keepsake box dies, it comes with that bigger piece that we cut out. So, and it also comes with little tags, and it also comes with other little sprigs too that if you want to use greenery. So how I put this together is then I just got my silicone mat. I add some glue down. I took this top piece and I just ran it through the glue. And then I put those 2 pieces together. Okay, so you're gonna need a couple leaves. And next what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a sentiment. We're gonna go ahead and stamp up a sentiment. For the pumpkins, these are nice. You could put this on your tablescapes for the holidays, for Thanksgiving. Put little treats in this for your guests. You could say thankful for you, anything thankful. And I am going to use the Happy Harvest Blessing from Country Home, and I'm just going to use the Harvest Blessing side. I'm going to keep out the happy because it's a little bit long. I would have liked a shorter sentiment for this, but I didn't have one that I would like for this particular project. These are photopolymer stamps. So what I went ahead and did is I just left the happy kind of off the block this way. And then what I'm going to do is take some early espresso and just a smaller piece of crumb cake. And for my tag, and you should use a mat when you're stamping with your photopolymer stamps. It's going to give you a better impression. I'm just going to bend this happy back here, and I am going to go ahead and ink this up. Okay, and next I'm just going to take our lovely label. This is a double punch, and I'm going to go ahead and punch a little point there for our tag. All right, so next what we're going to do is just bring in our pumpkin so we could decorate that. So what I'm going to do is put my label on. So I'm just going to put it right in here. Let's see. I'm going to put it in here, and I'm just going to give it a little bend. So I want to be able to open my box. So I'm just going to put it right here, give it a little fold, and with that bend, and then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to that, a little bit of liquid glue. And then I'm just going to squeeze that on so it could stick to that. Give that a second to dry. All right, so then we'll go ahead and close this. Then we'll add our leaves to this. Again, we'll add some liquid glue and add our leaves. I will add a leaf on the opposite side, keeping it where your box would still be able to open. Then we'll just add a little bit of these curly vines. So we'll add a little bit of these curly vines to that. Add a little bit of glue right here. Just add a little pressure on that, let it stick. Then, so these you could stretch. And we'll add one on the opposite side. If you guys are getting any creative value from this video, please go ahead and hit the like button down below and hold some pressure to that so it could dry. So on this, what I did in the previous one is I curved this a little bit. So before you put your tag on, give it a little curve. So when you have your tags, just give it a little curve. So we have this tag, so you want to just give it going one way, and then you curve it going the other way. Give it a nicer look. Okay. All right, so that's our treat boxes, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and you guys get out there and be creative. Thank you guys for tuning in to my creative corner. This is Claudette, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.